Can you really learn a language in your sleep? Or while talking to your cat? Today we're gonna rate the world's most unusual language learning techniques, from genius to straight up garbage. The first is a classic, learning in your sleep. And it may sound too good to be true. Just play a tape and then the next morning you know everything. But there is actually some evidence supporting this. In one study, people listened to a recording of newly learned words and their translations, and then the next morning they had to test whether they remembered them. And it turned out that in comparison to words which were not cued, the cued words were more easily remembered. I'd still not recommend this method. I think getting a good night's sleep is so important, and listening to recording for several hours at night will definitely affect your sleep's quality negatively. That's why I give this method a 2 out of 5. Next one is language learning karaoke. This is actually a variation of the shadowing technique. With shadowing, you listen to an audio or watch a video of a native speaker and then try to repeat everything in real time.
Я знаю, что ты самая из всех, кто есть здесь. На месте не стой, да-да, танцуй как последний раз, в твой последний раз со мной.
It's a very popular technique, especially to improve pronunciation. And karaoke is a fun version of this shadowing technique. But songs have certain disadvantages, like some words not being pronounced clearly or the singer singing quite quickly, so you're having a hard time to follow. Nevertheless, I'd give this method a solid 4 out of 5. Now let's talk about tattoos. When learning Chinese, I had troubles remembering 2 characters. So I thought, why not get a tattoo? So I got this. 陶瓷, which means pottery. Okay, I have to admit this was made by a ballpoint pen. But if you're a bit more adventurous, why not get some tattoos? You could cover your body with like 1,000 Chinese characters. Kidding aside, I think if you use a ballpoint pen that's skin-friendly, this method may not be too bad and help you with vocabulary retention. And you also get some funny looks from people. I give this a 2 out of 5. Next on the list, there's hypnosis. And while it may be hard to access some language knowledge of a past life, hypnosis does have some benefits when it comes to language learning. Hypnosis has been shown to be effective in reducing anxiety. And if you're feeling anxious about speaking your new language, that might be an option for you. There was also a study where people performed better remembering new words when being under hypnosis. Still, I'm a bit doubtful about this method. Let's say you need 15 minutes to hypnotize yourself. If you have only 30 minutes for studying, is it really worth it? I'd say you better spend all of the 30 minutes actually studying. I give this a 2 out of 5. Another interesting one is writing YouTube comments in your target language. In general, it's helpful to use your target language as much as possible. And with a YouTube comment, it doesn't matter so much that not everyone will understand it if you write it in Italian. The downside is that compared to the time you need to watch the video, you don't spend so much time actually writing the comment. But if you watch the video in your target language, that's a whole nother story. If it's just for the comments, I'd have to give this a 1 out of 5. But anyway, since you're already watching this video, why not write a comment in your target language? I'd be curious to know which language you're learning. Next, we have pretending not to speak English. This is especially useful if you're in a country where your target language is spoken. If people notice you're a foreigner, they might switch to English immediately, and then you lose an opportunity to practice. But if you tell them that you don't speak English, they have no other option than just continue speaking the language. I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of this. I find it a little bit dishonest, and sometimes effective communication is just more important than language learning. Still, this is a 3 out of 5 for me. And last but not least, we have talking to your furniture, plants, or pets. Monologues are great to ease your way into speaking, especially if you don't have a conversation partner.
Hola amigo, ¿cómo estás? Pareces un poco silencioso.
And if you're already talking to your pet, why not do it in your target language? But I do think it's a bit hard to make a habit out of this. Also, using an AI tutor seems more effective since you also get your mistakes corrected. I'd give this method a 3 out of 5. So that was my take on some very unusual language learning methods. Don't forget to write a comment in your target language. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.